Viewer discretion is advised. But you're not going anywhere, are you? Everybody obviously understands what that means, but I didn't used to understand what that meant. You get it at the start of a film or a show. Viewer discretion is advised. I thought that meant you can watch this film, but you might not want to tell people you did. Like you're going to get judged about it or something. Which made me think people may be walking out cinemas, like out the emergency exit, or just can't tell anybody, I just watched that, it's terrible. Or like Dave, the bricklayer, on his morning transit commute to work, sitting between Gary and Gary, thinking, if I tell these guys I watched Frozen last night and I cried, I might gonna lose some of their respect, I think. But Dave didn't know that Gary and Gary were at Gary's house having an emotional Twilight marathon, and they're not going to tell Dave about it. So yeah, it's a bit odd. But one of the most confusing things about it was that most of these films are rated universal. So, as we all know, that means you can watch them on Earth and in space. So I did wonder if maybe there's some Martian kids watching Independence Day thinking, this is really, really racist, we better not tell our parents about it. Independence Day being one of Will Smith's better career choices. Before we went up to Chris Rock and put the fresh handprint on air. Cheap shot. That's what Chris said. Yeah, something else I used to misunderstand. I remember being in a car and watching one of those trailers being pulled that's got caution, horses written on the back, because apparently if you label something, people are less likely to crash into it. I'm guessing that's the hope, but I used to think that they were caution horses, which were like possibly specially trained equine police units that might know what to do when a caution was being handed out by somebody. So, excuse me madam, please don't chase the swans around, and the horse is like, give them the stink eye. Or maybe parents got those kids that are running around in like a non-public place, kind of like, guys, can you please keep your kids under control? Just on command, caution horse just sneeze on their shoes, maybe just kicks a kid over as he's walking off. Sorry about that, they're not trained or anything. But, yeah. I myself have never had a caution or been arrested for anything. But being from Croydon, some say I don't live up to my expectations. But Croydon isn't all that bad. It's got some good points. I have to look for them. But yeah, the home of the first international airport in the world, in Croydon. Woo. Woo and ooh. And also invented the air traffic control system. Same place. Ah and ah. Maybe. But yeah, I always wondered though, when I read this, or I knew this, went to a museum once, it was amazing. How did you have the first international airport? Surely you'd have to have the first two. And then I thought like perhaps people were just flying out of Croydon, just landing in the middle of Europe going, guess I'm here now, man. Proper colonizer style. But yeah. Yeah, I used to wonder what it'd be like for the first people that flew. First-time flyers. You'd have no Wetherspoons. You'd have to stand there for 15 minutes while your passport photo develops. Stock still. Just to go, my nose is massive in there, I don't like it. My monocle fell off halfway through, it looks like I've got a black eye. I'm gonna have to do it again. I'm gonna miss my flight. But probably the worst thing would be the pre-flight safety talk, where they would go, in the event of an emergency, any suggestions are welcome. It's obviously emergency being Mayday, that was a term that was coined there as well. One of the air traffic controllers heard one of the French airmen saying Mayday, which means save me. And obviously he just went, oh, Mayday, yeah, British, we'll just call it that, and it stuck. So we decided to name our hospital after that, which is, when you think about it, kind of not very comforting if you go there. Most hospitals are named after a saint or where they are, but we've got distress call Mayday Hospital, which is amazing. I mean, you wouldn't really do that with any other things like bankruptcy accountant's firm or oops, I just set my hair on fire barbers, or my personal favourite, get me off solicitors. Which, let's face it, you're not the one getting off in that relationship. But yeah, so that's me, and you don't have to tell anybody that you watched this, don't worry about it, it's fine. And thank you very much.